Hi guys, welcome to Coding World. So in previous video we have already discussed how to identify whether the problem is solvable by dynamic programming or not. Okay, and I have also told you that where there is in problem it is big O of 2 k power n time complexity, then definitely that type of problem might or might not be solvable by DP. Okay, it is dynamic programming, also known as DP. Okay, and so in DP what we have observed that after using dynamic programming, basically this array concept we have to use, so the time complexity reduces to big O of n. So let me tell you once more time how this big O of 2 k power n comes. Okay, so you can see here. Okay, let me erase this. Suppose if there is n, then I have, if n is not 0 or 1, if n is 0 or 1, then I am going to return basically n. If n is 0, then I am going to return 0, and if n is 1, then I am going to return 1. Basically I am returning n, whatever the value of n is 0. Suppose if n is not 0, not 1, then I am going to call for n minus 1, n minus 2, and this will again going to call n minus 2, n minus 3 if it is not 0 or 1, and it is also doing the same thing, n minus 3, n minus 1, so and so forth. What you can observe that here it is 2 power 0. If you know it is 2 power 0, it is 2 power 1. Say how I am saying 2 power 0 is 1. Okay, 2 power 0 is 1 and 2 power 1 is 2. So why 2? Basically this function is going to call 2 times, and this function is again going to call 2 times, n minus 2 again going to call 2 times. Okay, so hence 2, and suppose n minus 2 again going to call in this fashion, so we can say that it is 2 power 2. So if suppose when this recursion will end, if it will end with when the value of n is 0 or 1, that means we can say 2 power n minus 1, because it started with 0, so it has n minus 1. Okay, so if we are going to add this, say I am adding this 2 power 0, 2 power 1 plus so and so forth, that is 2 power n minus 1. Okay, let me assume that if it is 2 power 1, then definitely it is 2 power n minus 1. Okay, anyway you are going to add this. Okay, if you are going to add this, if you are going to use mathematics formula, then you are going to get big O of 2 power n minus 1, which is definitely big O of 2 power n. So that's why I am saying that the time if you do not use DP, then we are definitely going to get a time complexity of 2 power n problem. So why will you not use DP? Will you definitely use DP? Okay, with the help of array. Okay, let me tell you how you can use array, basically how you can use DP. Okay, let me erase this. So if you are not understanding, then please revisit the video, and also you should make a note of this. Okay, see, these are very famous standard notes. Okay, so let me erase this. Okay, now so in this particular session, so basically it is this one also. So we have already discussed that this is basically when n is not 0 or 1, then definitely it is going to call for this to function. Okay, now there are two kinds of approaches. First one is bottom up DP, another one is top down DP. Okay, now see what is top down DP and what is bottom up DP. Okay, so first we let me tell you, this is also known as bottom up DP, is also known as tabulation. So what is this? I am telling you, top down DP is known as memoization. It is Z. Okay, it is memoization. So what we have to do in top down DP? In top down DP we use recursive function. We use to solve the coding problem in top down DP, we use recursive solution, and in bottom up DP we use iterative solution. Both the solution will give me the time complexity big O of n. Okay, but in definitely bottom up DP will have a space complexity of big O of n. Okay, because I will use array concept here. Also here in this also I will use a concept of array here. So it is going to take big O of n, because we have to store the the value, whatever the function, recursive function returning, we have to store that value in the array, so that whenever the same function is going to be computed, we use the array, we use the value that is present in the array. So definitely for array we have to, the space complexity is big of n, and definitely this is a recursive function, so definitely it will have a stack. Okay, it is of big of n. So overall, if you add these two, you'll get big of n space complexity, and the time complexity remains big of n for this both of solution. Okay, now see top down DP. Let me first discuss the recursive approach. Okay, let me first discuss the recursive. Suppose I am maintaining an array of size n minus 1. Okay, because it has, and let me say it has index 0 1, basically these are indexing 0 1 2, and let's say it has last index is n index. Okay, why n? Because in this array at nth index, we are getting our answer. Suppose if I am calling fib of n, basically n, this means when I will return array of n, this will be the value which is required for calculating fib of n. Okay, now let me discuss how we can approach this in coding. Now I'm talking about top down DP, that is also called as memoization. Definitely use this concept whenever there is optimal substructure and overlapping sub problems. Definitely, then if any of these two is failed, then definitely we are not going to use DP. To say we use DP only these two conditions satisfied. Okay, let us definitely, I have in previous video I have already told you that these two conditions satisfied. So let us try out DP. Okay, so initially what I will do, I will create this array, and in this array at index 0 I will put 0 and I will put 1. Simply you can say array of 0 is 0 and array of 1 is 1. Why 0 and 1? Because whenever there is n is less than 1, that means n is 0 or n is 1. For negative integers, definitely this will not. Okay, we are not interested in negative numbers. Okay, because we are saying that Fibonacci numbers start with 0 and it will go to the required value that we want. Okay, so if n is 0, then definitely we are returning n, and if n is 1, then definitely we are returning 1. So that's why we are maintaining this. Now for 2 and 2 onwards till the last index, what we'll do, we'll you can say and say let us initialize also. Let us initialize array of I. Yes, you can say int min, or you can write anything that you want here. If I is greater than equal to 2, or you can also write I is greater than 1. See, if I is greater than equal to 2 or I is greater than 1, then definitely I have to initialize it with int min, or anything you can write. You can write m, x, y, anything that you want, just for the sake of our just for the sake of our convenience. Okay, after this is the initialization part. These 3 steps are for initialization part, and after initialization what I have to do is I'm writing this function. Okay, so make a note of this. Okay, now I'm writing. Okay, I'm writing here. Okay, I'm writing here the complete function I'm writing here. Okay, so int fib, because it will return int fib of n. In this function, what I'm going to do, first I will check if array of basically this array. Okay, this array, if array of n is equal to int min, then what I have to do, I have to simply calculate array of n. Okay, array of n is equal to this is fib of n minus 1 plus fib of n minus 2. This is the coding part. Okay, and after that, basically this is the under if condition, and then I have to return array of n. See, what I'm trying to say is, we are given an n, n could be anything, 5, 6, 10, 12, anything. Okay, this coding solution will work for even n as big as 10 raised to the power 18. This will be, you know, if n is greater than 2 and n is less than equals to 10 raised to the power 18. That's why we are using DP. This many constraint can be, you know, handled by this coding problem. First, what I have done, at first I have initialized the array, and after that initialization, suppose here, and then definitely it is a recursive solution, because I am discussing top down DP. It is a recursive solution. Suppose the function is calling at n equal to say 5. Suppose here n passes 5. Okay, how 5 will be called? Suppose I have, you know, suppose I have 7, then definitely 7 will call for 5 and 6 both function. Suppose fib of 7 definitely will call fib of 6 and fib of 5. Suppose this is fib of 5. Now fib of 5 will check first at fifth index. Array of fifth is equal, definitely, that's why I have initialized it int min. Suppose if at fifth index it is int min, then definitely I have to calculate first and fill that array. Okay, and then at last I will return the array of n, basically this nth index. This nth index is the answer. Suppose when suppose when fib of 6, suppose what is the benefit of this? Let me tell you benefit of this also. Suppose n equal to 5 has been calculated, let's say its value is x, and that has been stored in index fifth. So let's say this is the index fifth, the value is x. Whenever the 6, whenever the fib of 6 will call, it will call for two function, that is, you know, fib of 5 and fib of 4. And now you can see that fib of 4 is, again it will fib of 4 check that array at fourth index, it is int min. Basically array of fifth index, basically n is, you know, 5, to fifth index it is int min, but it is not int min. So what it will do, it will not enter into this loop, because we have already calculated the at fifth index the value is x. So this is the pseudo code which I have written. Okay, and you can try full coding by yourself. If you will not be able to do the coding part by yourself, definitely I'll, you know, do the whole coding part. But first let me complete all the two methods. Okay, the first top down DP I have completed. Now next I will talk about bottom up DP. Okay, and also I will talk about more advanced problems, like how you can trace a space, how you can create a space. All these type of problems we will discuss in the successive video.